Hi, everybody. Welcome to Karen Cast, the podcast that deals with all things Karen. We're going to dive into the Karen culture. Live, laugh, love, and complain. That's what we like to say. My name's Tony Brent. I've done some Karen videos here up on YouTube for the last few months. And the Karen thing I've been dealing with for a long time, and I decided to create a podcast just based on the whole idea. You may notice right now I'm wearing two pairs of glasses because these are just costume glasses, and I can't see a thing without real glasses. So I actually have two pair of glasses on there. So Karen culture. Karens are taking the world by storm. We've got the pandemic, we got race riots, and we're still dealing with Karens all over the globe. Now, why am I maybe possibly a suitable person to talk about Karens? Well, I'll give you a little background. I've been working in the tourism industry for 30 years. This is my 30th year working in the entertainment / tourism industry. And nothing brings out a Karen than a nice vacation. So I've worked at theme parks, I worked in casinos, worked in a dinner show now for 20 years. So I've been seeing Karens for many, many years. Karens are not anything new. They've been around forever. I'm sure that when the first people that came over from Europe to America, there's a few Karens on the boat, I'm sure. You tell those Indians to get off this land. This is going to be our land, John. We're going to build a house here. You Indians, get off this land, you savages. Oh, we're not Indians, we're Native Americans. Columbus said you're Indians, so you're Indians. Get your buffalo and get off this land. Where's your manager? Where's your Indian manager, your Indian chief manager? What's his name? His name is Running Brook, Chief Running Brook. What kind of Christian name is that? We're not Christian. You're not Christian? Oh no! Kill him, John, kill him. So Karens have been around for a long time. We're going to talk about some local things. Not local. One of them is local. This has happened today. This is a brand new one. Actually, you know what? We'll save it to last. How about that? Yeah, we'll save it to last. Back to being in the tourism business. I think there's something about vacationing. People go on vacation and they have all these high expectations, and you can never meet their expectations, right? It just is not going to happen. They've planned, they've saved money, whatever, and they have this idyllic TV commercial view about what the trip's going to be, and then one little thing goes wrong, and they lose their minds. Let's also talk about what a Karen is. Karen, as you know, is generally a white woman who feels entitled. They have a sense of entitlement. And let me just say, I think they have a sense of superiority, particularly when they're around people that they think are supposed to serve them. So they have a sense of entitlement and a sense of superiority. Those are the two number two things. Number one, number two, when it comes to being a Karen. And you can argue with me about that. And I can say I've been around long enough to say, yes, it's usually white women, entitled white women. Sorry. I mean, we can say it's not always white women. Sometimes it's men, and it's not necessarily white people. But, you know, as a rule, you know what the stigma is and what it's usually pretty right. We had a Seattle Karen this last week that had a total meltdown a few days ago. It's been, video has been on Twitter. Apparently what happened is this lady pulled up behind a guy named Carlos Dillard. Again, this is in Seattle, Washington. She pulled up behind a guy named Carlos Dillard, and then she cut him off in traffic for some strange reason. And then she brake checked him. She slammed on her brakes, and then she followed him for 4 blocks for some reason. And during the time, she flipped him off, and she called him the N-word. So he decided to get his phone out and start filming it. And as soon as he did that, she took off in her car and she sped away. So he decided to follow her. So Carlos followed this lady, and she tried to get away from him. And he had enough time to keep following her. So he followed her all the way to her house. And she gets outside of her house and she starts screaming at him and doing the fake, oh, he's attacking me line. And she starts screaming. And the video's on Twitter. Look it up. Type in Seattle Karen. And she just has a total, complete meltdown. I mean, the guy, Carlos, gets out of the car and he's got his camera and he films her license plate. And she's just freaking out like he has done something to her when she started the entire thing. And some other people come up and apparently, according to him, he says there's some black people and white people that both see it, and they all saw it. Other people recorded it. One white guy starts complaining that he needs to leave, that he's done something wrong. He doesn't even know what the situation is. He doesn't know what's going on. So anyway, it goes on. The video is pretty long. He really just wanted her to apologize to him, and he said that. And she finally broke down. I think she said her husband was black. Don't know if that's true or not. She said her name was Leah. He just wanted an apology. I'm not sure if he ever got it because there's people around, some on his side, some on her side. But she was just having a total meltdown. So if you just walked up into the situation, it looked like maybe he started it, which is what a lot of Karens want you to think, right? Think about the lady who tried to get the guy arrested in Central Park. He was bird watching. She was walking her dog, choking her dog, literally, and let her dog off the leash, which you're not supposed to do in Central Park. The guy said something to her about it, and then she instantly starts screaming at him, and then she calls 911, and he was smart enough to pull out his camera, and I mean, he got it all on video, and she's making a 911 call that this black man, repeatedly says black man is attacking her. So anyway, she lost her job, she lost her dog, and she should be arrested because, maybe she was, because she was in the wrong, clearly in the wrong. What about the Florida man who tried to went into the Walmart last Saturday with no mask on? So right now you're supposed to wear a mask in Florida, right? So this guy, Florida man, and this is here in my town, Orlando. We're so proud. We're so proud of Orlando. This guy tries to go into the Walmart. He's an older looking dude. A guy at the door says, sir, you have to wear a mask. He pushes an employee says that, sir, you have to wear a mask. This dude pushes this man out of the way, and then he falls, and then he gets up and he goes, what is in Walmart that is so important that you're going to get into an altercation with an employee because you don't have a mask on? And some guy yells, I'll give you a mask, dude. We'll give you a free mask. And the guy's just pushing his way in. And I mean, what is in Walmart that's so freaking important? Is he going for insulin? Is someone dying in the parking lot? Is he trying to save somebody? Somebody needs their meds? He's going to the pharmacy section? No. If you watch the video really closely, he goes to the potato chip and soda aisle. Yeah. Florida man. Two Chicago women, and they're calling them Karens, they ripped Black Lives Matter's hearts off a boarded storefront. This is all on video too. There's a boarded storefront in Chicago, well, actually Naperville, Illinois, suburbs of Chicago. And these teenage girls had made hearts that said Black Lives Matter, BLM on these hearts, and they stuck them on this board, like where a store was closed. Just plywood. They stuck them on there. And these two women, two Karens, come and pulled them all down. And the girls were standing there and watched them and started crying. And then some dude tells the little girls, what does he say? You're making our city bad. Anyway, the women were not identified, but they are seen on video, and the girls are crying. And then this is great. What happens after this is other people come in and join in, and they plastered the whole city with these hearts. And now you can see them on storefronts. Like there's a Subway sandwich place there that's got the Black Lives Matter hearts all over it. So it backfired on these two ladies in Naperville, Illinois. Okay, here's the last one we're going to talk about for today. Right now, it just happened tonight, so you can go on Twitter, whatever it is, whatever today is. Anyway, on Twitter, this is here in Florida, another Florida. This is a woman, though. She says that wearing masks, she's in front of a panel. She says that wearing masks is killing people. She's speaking in front of a panel tonight. Everybody knows that the masks are killing people. There is no pandemic. She tells everyone on the panel that they are obeying the devil's laws and they're going to be arrested. It's going to be a citizen's arrest. She goes on to say that everyone there, including the doctors, are going to be punished by God for pushing this pandemic crap and pushing the fact that everybody needs to wear a mask. She also says something about the 6-foot rule being something that the government is using. It's a military protocol for the government, and they're using it to train people so that when the 5G camera comes out, they're going to scan everybody because they're going to be in line. It's going to be easy to scan them, I guess, because they're 6 feet apart. And then she goes on and she mumbles something about Bill Gates and Hillary Clinton and pedophiles and the deep state, and Hillary and Bill and all these people should be in jail, and they're not. And we should be focused on putting them in jail and not focused on the pandemic, because the pandemic is all fake. I don't know if this lady is a Karen, but I'm going to say she needs a psychiatric evaluation. She tells everybody there that they're all crazy, but hey, go on Twitter and find the video. Just type in Florida woman right now and you'll see it. There'll be another Florida man tomorrow. There'll be another Florida woman. But back to the Karens. We're going to focus on Karens. We got there's so much going on out there in the country right now, in the world, that it's still a hot topic. And yeah, most of these, what I just mentioned, these are not the kind of Karens that's going to happen in a store. This is sort of a racist COVID-19 Karen mashup, but we're going to get back to some more of the old-fashioned Karens who complain, and there's so many stories about that too. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's the first episode of Karen Cast, and I'd love to know what you think about it. If you have a Karen story, if you're in the food service industry or any kind of service industry, share your Karen story, and I'll make sure we get them up on the air. Okay, thanks a lot. Remember, live, laugh, love, and complain.